Boom! What's up? Sean here. So excited that you're here with us today. Today we've got something really special for you. I have a lot of people come to me and, into our organization and they always say, oh, like, are you a scam because you're online? Or are you like, this doesn't seem real or it seems too good to be true? And like, I agree. A lot of the stuff that we share is amazing. But here's the thing, right? If you truly knew your numbers, then nobody can say it's a scam or it's not, because if you know your numbers and you know exactly what you're going to get because you're putting the time, the effort, the money, the effort, the energy, everything into it, then you win the game. So in this episode, we're going to have one of our other guest geniuses come out, and Jeanette is going to share how to reverse engineer what you're trying to achieve when you know your numbers. Enjoy it. Welcome to Digital Genius Radio, the #1 podcast focused on guiding you to becoming a certified digital genius. We believe you can have it all by mastering social media paid advertising. We spent the last 3 years studying the most brilliant marketers today and applying their techniques. We've broken free of the 9-to-5 and successfully built a 7-figure online certification platform. From working with hundreds of clients, we found that most are overwhelmed or scared to actually dive into paid advertising. And this podcast is here to give you the cheat codes so you can flourish with your social media channels. Join us and follow along as we continue to learn, apply, and share proven strategies, as well as give you the insights on how to win online with social media paid advertising. And now, here's your hosts, Chris Baden and Sean Malone. Genius of the week is with us here. Her name is Jeanette Quesno. I'm super excited to have her here. Jeanette comes to us. She became a scientist. She's got her online business cranking, and she started diving into numbers. And she's like, I'm pretty good at numbers. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, she figured out a pattern on how to reverse engineer your numbers for success. So Jeanette's going to give you a tip right now on how to win with your numbers. Jeanette, the stage is yours.
Hey guys, so thanks for having me. I'm super excited to be coming out and talking to you guys. Oh, I just took my table. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to share with you guys this exercise that I've done to kind of help me figure out if the goals that I'm setting for myself are actually obtainable and I can reach them in the time frame that I'm trying to set them. So we all usually do like either 30, 60, 90-day goals, maybe 6 months goals, depending on what those goals are. So I kind of found a way to go back into like your ads manager and figure out like what exactly you need to do to be able to reach your goals. So a lot of times I feel like when we have goals, right, we either have like vision boards, which Diana, love your vision board. I totally have one too. It's not on my wall though. That's a good idea. But we all usually have vision boards and we'll write goals, even if it's like on a piece of paper. But a lot of times our goals are to like rank up in our business, right? Like get to the next level and do the next step. Like that's why we're all here, to kind of, make sure our businesses are exploding. So with that said, when you go to rank up, sometimes we write it down and then we go, okay, well, that's my goal. I wrote it down. And like, we don't think of, a lot of times people will manifest or visualize, and I'm a huge proponent of that. Like it works, like it's powerful, like that's huge. But you also have to have the plan behind your goals, right? Like the step-by-step, like how you're going to actually achieve them. You can't just write it down and be like, all right, cool, that's what I'm going to do. You have to know like exactly what you're going to do to be able to accomplish that. So I'm going to share my screen really quick. It's not like techie or anything, but it just kind of goes through, and I'm going to be throwing a lot of numbers at you guys, so I want to like not get anyone confused. So the example I'm going to use for DGL is kind of relates to the high ticket offer that they provide. So some of you guys might be coming in, this is your first time, like welcome, and this might be kind of all brand new to you, but this will be something that you can utilize. For a lot of you guys, this will be exactly what's going to kind of pinpoint to what you're doing right now. So you'll be able to use this with the numbers that you have running already. And then others that might have, they're just kind of hanging out, like seeing what this is all about one day. Like this will work for everyone. So, but the example I'm going to use is a 60-day goal, right? So again, everyone has 30, 60, 90, but I'm going to, just for example purposes, I made this kind of simple for everyone to follow along, but we're going to do a 60-day goal. And your goal is to get to 3A, right? So say you're 2 unit sales away from that, right? So you're right at the brink of it. Like you think like I have this momentum, I got it going. So this should be kind of easy for me. So step 1, what you're going to do is just figure out how many buyers you're going to need, right? So if you're 2 products away, you essentially would think for your goals, you want 2 buyers because you don't know what those people are going to get. Like your numbers and stuff like that, you can kind of control, but you don't know what the person coming in is going to do as a client. So you have to just assume that they're going to get the lowest thing that you're offering. So that way your goals, again, are obtainable and it's reality in a sense because you don't know what that person's going to do. If they get more than that, cool. Like it's just going to help you in the long run. But if not, like you'll be right on track with everything. So just assuming they're going to get one thing, right? So that's a buyer a month. So that's all you got to do, a buyer a month. 2 buyers in the 60 days and a buyer a month. So that sounds so simple, right? Like 1 buyer in 30 days. I got this, like no big deal. So step 2, go to the numbers in your back office. And this is where it kind of gets to the nitty gritty. So again, I did all averages for this. So you have to take this information I'm giving you and apply it to what your numbers actually are. So I did your average lead per buyer is 100 leads, right? If yours is 50 leads, you know, make this data and this exercise relevant to your information. So just to make it easy, I did 100 leads. And with all our crazy awesome funnels and like the travel funnel coming out today, these are going to be way less than 100. But again, for example purposes, just to make it easy, 100 leads. So again, average, say your cost per lead is $5. And that's, you know, I'd say pretty accurate for most people within this community. Usually run about $5 cost per lead. Again, some less, some more, but on average, that's what you would do. So if you're spending only $5 a day on your ad budget, it's going to take you 100 days to get 1 buyer. So sometimes, like when you just say that out loud, like in some people's ad budgets are higher, lower. So, but if you're doing just the $5 a day, it's going to take 100 days to get 1 buyer. But your goal is to get 2 within 60 days, right? So you're not going to be able to get that goal in that amount of time frame unless you're killing it in the game or your numbers obviously are a little, you know, shrunk. So if you do $10 per day, that's going to get you 50 days. It'll get you 1 buyer, right? Because you double, so it's going to shrink it in half. And then you do $20 a day, it'll get in 25 days, it'll get you a buyer. So really, ideally for this exercise, you'd be wanting to do about $15 to $20 a day to make those goals obtainable. Now, I'm not trying to scare anyone and be like, everyone just go start throwing $20 a day. Like, that's not what this exercise is for. But it's to make you guys realize that when you're setting a goal, it has to be reachable, right? When I know for me personally, when I set goals and I accomplish them at the end of my time, I feel so motivated. I'm like, yes, I'm on the right track. I crushed these goals in my 60 days. Like, I'm going to keep moving in the next direction. Let's do this. But if you don't hit those goals, sometimes you're like, what did I do? Like, you get frustrated. You think it's you and you didn't do enough. When really, in reality, like, you probably wouldn't have been able to hit those goals with what you were doing anyways. So if you don't kind of reverse engineer and go through those numbers, you're really not going to know if what you're trying to do, you're going to reach. And this works not just with your numbers. Like, I've done this honestly with content. Like, I want to schedule out content for 2 months. And I say, like, I'm going to do that all in 1 week. Well, then when you break it down, it takes, 2 hours for me to schedule content for a week, say. So I'd need 8 hours this week to schedule for 2 months. Okay, well, I don't have 8 hours. So, like, okay, no, maybe I'll just do 2 weeks of content instead. And then next week I'll do another 2. Like, so you can literally do this in so many aspects of your business. You could do it with like self-care, making sure you have time in your schedule. Like, there's so many ways you can kind of reverse these numbers, but wanted to give you the example with the business because that's usually what most people, it's more common for. But yeah, I just wanted to share that. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys.
Thanks for listening to Digital Genius Radio. We'd love it if you could share our podcast with 3 others that you think could get some value from it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And remember, hit that notifications button so we can alert you for each new episode that comes out. You're on your way. You've gained knowledge and you've gotten smarter. You're becoming a certified digital genius. To continue on the right path, go to challenge.digitalgeniusradio.com and prove you have what it takes. Again, that's challenge.digitalgeniusradio.com. Enter your name and email and get started becoming a master of your own destiny.